Hi, in this video we'll see how we can download the hex file onto the microcontroller using a simple breadboard setup and a software called FlashMagic. Let's begin. Now you have to understand that this video is particularly applied for this controller only, which is called as P89V51 RD2. This controller is made by NXP and it has got a built-in bootloader using which we can directly download the program into it by connecting it with the computer. You don't need a programmer hardware in order to download the code into this IC. So make sure this is only applicable to the Philips made or NXP made P89V51 RD2 controller, which is in fact a very higher end or high feature controller, like having 64 KB ROM and number of different high features are there, and it is also available worldwide. So I would recommend that if you are experimenting at home, better grab a hand on this IC and follow the downloading procedure. Then to download the program or download the hex file, we need this software called as FlashMagic. Then you will have to create a circuit on breadboard for it. What you'll need to do is you need to create a reset circuit on breadboard, you need to create a clock circuit on breadboard, and then download the FlashMagic from this particular link. I'll show you on that link in a moment. First of all, understand how the program downloading procedure is going to happen. So what we are doing here is we are going to connect the computer and microcontroller together. But microcontroller has a UART interface, which is not USB. It is in detail discussed in the course, so I will not give more focus onto it. So it has got a UART, but computer has got a USB or serial interface. So what we do is we need a USB to UART interface in between microcontroller and your PC to communicate. If you can provide a communication link like this, then you can directly download the program onto this IC using your computer. Now, one such a USB interface which is popularly available in market is a small module like this. I'm pretty sure you might have seen a number of different USB to TTL or USB to UART modules. This one is made using an IC called as CP2102. Of course, you can use any other IC or any other USB controller if you have. The output or the pins on this USB to UART IC, that is CP2102, sorry for my bad drawing, is VCC, ground, RXD and TXD. All we have to do is connect the TXD of this module to RXD of controller and then connect the RXD of this module to TXD of the controller. If you can do this much connection, then you can download the program onto microcontroller IC easily. Now let's look at the FlashMagic. So if you go to this software or if you go to this link here, which is flashmagictool.com/download. Then you will see it has got a number of different versions of the software. So there are ARM7 supported FlashMagic tools and Cortex supported FlashMagic tools, and then 8051 supported FlashMagic tools. So I recommend choose 8051 supported FlashMagic tool and download the one. I will also provide you a link of the software or one version which I have already downloaded for you. So this is the one which you have to download and install on your computer, flashmagic.exe. So once you have installed this software, it will look something like this. Upon installation, make sure you have installed the correct version by searching for some 8051 based controllers here. So whatever 89 series is 8051 based controllers. So this is the correct version that you have. Now once you have installed the FlashMagic on your computer, let's look at the schematic that we need to perform or that we need to create on breadboard. So this is the schematic that I have created for this particular setup or for this particular video. I have created everything on breadboard. Pin number 40 going to VCC, pin number 31 going to VCC, then pin number 20 to ground. Then there is a 11.0592 MHz crystal between pin number 19 and 18. Then I think I missed this link. So there is a capacitor connected, 22 picofarad capacitor from each crystal pin going to ground. And then this is the reset circuit. So 10 microfarad capacitors, positive going to VCC, negative going to pin number 9, and pin number resistor of 10K value. A switch across the capacitor gives you a manual reset facility. If you are creating this setup to download the program onto breadboard, then I would recommend that you connect this manual reset switch, because in the downloading procedure, you will be required to manually reset your controller. So make sure you have this kind of setup created on your breadboard. And then here I am connecting my USB to UART converter. I am also using the power supply from USB to UART converter only, because it gives me 5 volt and ground for my laptop or my computer's source, and that can be used to power on the controller. So the TXD of USB to UART should be going to RxD of controller here, as you can see. The RxD of USB to UART should be going to TXD of your controller, like seen over here. This is VCC and then this is ground. Moreover, to check whether our code has been downloaded successfully or not, I am just using a single LED connected from pin number 1, that is port 1.0, with a 330 ohm resistor to ground. So this is the setup that you have to create in order to download the program onto the microcontroller. Now let's see what is the procedure for downloading the program. Hi. Now as you can see in my camera feed, this is the setup that I have created, and you might feel it being a little bit messy because it looks like so. So this is the P89V51 RD2 controller. Then I have here my crystal and the 2 capacitors connected. Then you can notice my capacitor and the 10K resistor for reset. Then here is my USB to UART controller going to computer, and 4 pins are taken out of it, which are going to VCC, ground, TXT and RxD of microcontroller. This is the testing LED that I have used to check whether the code is downloading rightly or not, and this is my reset switch. You are free to make the breadboard connections the way you want. It is totally up to you how you want your breadboard connections to be made. It will look a little bit messy, and that is okay. Breadboard connections tend to look messy, but it's fine. It works well. Now, once you have made your connections, they are exactly like the diagram that I have shown you. Now let's see, this is the program that I have created now. So let me just do P1 is equal to 0x00 and P1 is equal to 0xFF, because I am connecting this LED to port 1, which should be somewhere here on these lines. Now let's build this code, and now turn on the FlashMagick or open FlashMagick. Remember, when you open FlashMagick for the first time on your computer, you have to perform a setting that I am showing you. First thing first, select the device to be 89V51 RD2. Then select your port. When you install this or when you connect this USB to UART controller to your computer, then it will be assigned with a COM port number, which is a virtual port number. If you don't know that, then simply go to Start menu and type Device Manager. In Device Manager, you will see there is the port number specified for this device. For me, it is coming as COM3, you can see. Now look at my camera a little bit, and now I'll remove this from computer. As soon as I remove it, you will see the port is gone and I can only see this Bluetooth serial port. So let me connect it. And now you will see the COM3 appears back again. So in FlashMagick, what you need to do is select COM3 over here. Then baud rate, keep it as 9600 and keep the interface as none. The second step is erase. Here you just make sure that you have checked this mark, that is erase all flash. Third step is about giving your hex file. So simply click browse and then browse to your folder where you have created your hex file. Fourth step is the options, which are completely optional. You can skip them all. And the fifth and the last or final step is start. But before you do this thing, there is one setting you have to do for sure. That is, go to options, then go into advanced options, then go to the hardware config, and here make sure that everything should be unchecked. I repeat, every option should be unchecked. So we are not using this data terminal ready to control the reset signal. We are going to give a manual reset. So just uncheck that button. Everything should be unchecked in communication, in hardware security, hardware config, security, JIT, timeout. Everything should be unchecked. Just remember that. So options, advanced options, everything should be unchecked. Now remember, at this point, it is very crucial that these connections that you have made should be very correct. If for any reason you are not able to download the program onto your controller, then most probably the reason lies in your breadboard connections. It is not that simple, and it requires a bit of experience to know what kind of connections you are doing. So if you're not comfortable with breadboard, then make sure to use a development board. And if you are using breadboard, then make sure that all the connections are correct. Most importantly, the clock, the reset, and VCC ground connections. Now let's click on the start button over here. When you click on the start button, that is to download the program, a window like this will come up, and it will stay there for some time. It asks you to reset the device in ISP mode. Now, if you don't understand what is ISP mode or in-system programming, it's completely fine. Whatever that we are doing here, downloading directly from computer to IC, is called as ISP or in-system programming. So, to enter into ISP mode, it means to enter into the program downloading mode, all we need to do is press this switch. So, when I press this switch, this message over here will disappear, and you will have to check the status here at this point, which shows program is being downloaded and all. Now let's do the reset and check that message will disappear, and just look at this line over here. So I'll press the reset button now, pressed. Now you can see erasing programming device and finished. All the status came and the code has been successfully downloaded. Now, in order to run the code, in order to run the downloaded code, either reboot your controller or simply give it a restart or reset again. So I'll reset the microcontroller now, and then we'll look at the LED. Can you see the LED being blinking now with a delay of 1 second? However, if I make the changes and let's make it 100 milliseconds on and 100 milliseconds off. Now let's build it and let's download the code again. So start button once again, reset the device into ISP mode now again, and press this button. Code is downloaded, again press this button and you will see the LED blinking faster. Remember, if you don't uncheck this option, then what will happen? When you click on the start button, it will just hang indefinitely. The message should come, reset the device into ISP mode now, has to come. Otherwise, you will get an error message like this. So if you get an error message like this, make sure that you go to options, advanced options, and uncheck everything. And then simply click the start button and then press this switch or reset your controller. Now that is my setup over here, guys. I am sure this is nothing here is understandable. This is my USB to UART controller. We'll also see one more thing in the USB to UART controller. When you start to download the code, you will see both TX RX LEDs will blink onto it. I don't think so. It's very fast, so maybe not visible. Let's check it now. Okay. So everything flashes for some moment. That is just an indication that the code is being downloaded, TX RX lines are being used. And then simply reset your device to see the output. So that is how you can download the program into P89V51RD2 IC using FlashMagic. Thank you for watching this video.